Hi everyone, this is the STAAR released Algebra 1 exam, end of course 6 through 10. So again, you should have a calculator ready and you should have the test in front of you, because I didn't put all the possible multiple choice questions on there. First of all, this is a system of linear equations. You will have one of these on your exam. So the first thing we want to do is set up the system. So we have, first of all, walking shoes and running shoes, and there's a total of 135. So what I want to do is say, well, I'm going to let x equal the walking shoes and y equal the running shoes. And the total, so my walking and my running is a total of 135. Now it says there are 1.5 times more as many pairs of walking shoes as there are running shoes. So my walking shoes is 1.5 my running. Now, what I'm going to do is use substitution. Since I have x already here, I'm going to plug this x equals 1.5y. I'm going to plug this into this x and solve for y. So I get 1.5y plus y equals 135. So this is going to be 2.5y, because that's like 1y, equals 135. I divide both sides by 2.5. I use my handy-dandy calculator, and this is going to equal 54. So 4 equals my y, which is my running. If I have 54 running shoes, I'm going to plug it back in to this equation to figure out the others. So, or you can just subtract. So we have x plus 54 equals 135. Subtract 54 from both sides. And we get 81. And that is your x, which equals your walking shoes. Okay? Alright. Now, if you set it up right, you could actually take the multiple choice answers they give you and just plug it in. But you have to know how to set this part up, or you won't be able to do that. Okay? So that's how you would do it the professional way. Alright, number 7, it gives you this mapping. And this was hard for me to put on the iPad. But I think, given the answers they gave you, the best way to do this one is to use the stat button on your calculator. And if you don't know how to do that, ask your Algebra 1 teacher. You go to stat, then edit, then you list your x values. And what I did is I labeled these, I rewrote these with the arrows and do that. Once you input that, you save it, then go back to stat, calculate, and you're going to hit number 5 for quadratic regression. And what you'll get is y equals 0.25 x squared minus 4. Now, that gives you the answer of D on the test. However, if you're not going to get this same test. So say you got this and that wasn't on your multiple choice. Then what you would do is you would input it in your y1. This is y1. And graph it. So you would just put that in your calculator, which is just put 0.25 x squared minus 4. Graph it. And then if that's not the right graph, then you just hit second graph and get the table and see if that would work. In this case, the first answer we got was there, so that was correct. Okay. Number 8, we have to know the slope formula, and they give that to you. So, change in y over change of x is your slope, which equals y sub 1 minus y sub 2. Well, let's go y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. I'm going to call this point 1, this first one, and this one point 2. Doesn't matter, but so this is x1, y1, and this one here would be x2, y2. So what I get is y sub 2 is 4 minus w over what's negative 2 minus a negative 6. And then you're just going to clean this up a little bit. And this is your slope. They give you the value of the slope is 1/8. So this is the slope. So 1/8 equals 4 minus w. This equals positive, so you can get negative 4. Alright? Now, we're going to just cross multiply. Where I'm just going to multiply negative 4 times 1 up here. You get negative 4 over 8 equals 4 minus w. And this is really negative 1/2 equals 4 minus w. And then I solve for w. So if I subtract 4 from both sides, I'm going to move it over here. This is actually, it's negative half, right? Why did I do that? So half minus 4, so that's 8/2 equals negative w. So negative 9/2 equals negative w. I negate this, make everything opposite, so I get 9/2 equals w. So the answer is H. Okay? Alright. Okay, this one, again, the best thing to do on these graphs, because the iPad is pretty bad about, it's really hard to draw graphs on the iPad. So basically, the best way to do this is to do what we did before, is find the slope. So I'm going to call this x2, y sub 2, x sub 1, y sub 1. So I'm going to get, and this is in thousands. This is in thousands. So just look at the graph. So you get 2,500 minus 193. And the years are 10 to 0. We're starting at 0. So it's 10 minus 0. And you're going to get 5,700 divided by 10, which is 5,700. That's your slope. So you get y equals 5,700x plus your y-intercept. And your y-intercept is 193, 200,000. Then all you do is plug in your 5, because it says what will it be in 2015. So you plug in 5 here. And you get the answer of 278,500. And that's your answer. Okay? So you first find the slope, which is y sub 2 minus y sub 1. you can see your y-intercept is right here because x is 0. And then you just plug in the 5 because 2015 would be 5 years from 2000. Okay? You think about that one. And the last one is, they give you the formula, which is nice. This is 0.5. And they just want you to solve for R. How many roadsides? So I'm going to plug in 20. And then solve for R. Now when I cross multiply, I'm basically saying 1/2 times 20, which is 10. You can use a calculator. Alright, I subtract 40 from both sides. So I get negative 30 equals negative 2.5R. And then I divide both sides by negative 2.5. And that goes away. So R equals, when I do it in the calculator, I get 12. Okay, the next video I'm going to do is 11 through 15. Have a nice day.